Good Friday. It is a Good Friday. Here we go, right. Here's London. Let's have a little look. I've got 5 viewers. I'll just do a little spin round. Right, here we go over London. There we go, Camden, moving down. There you go, the outskirts of the City of London, the Isle of Dogs down there. Moving round. See Telecom Tower there. Moving round to the West End. There's the Eye over there, London Eye. Moving round down to Southwark. Croydon in the background there. And there we go. I'm trying not to laugh because I'm doing it. Nikki's sending me messages through that are making me laugh. So here we go. Moving around to Paddington, and then Ladbroke Grove, Westbourne Park. There we go. The West. Moving around the West. Just taking you around, giving you a little look round. And Kilburn, County Kilburn. There we go. And then Wembley, Harrow on the Hill, and then moving round to Hampstead up there, and then over that way is Highgate and what have you. So there we have it. Right, let me spin it round so you can see my ugly mug. But there you go, the sun going down. A bit late on parade today. Viewing figures a bit low tonight. I don't know what's happening, what's going on. Right, my hair to be sure. Right, right. Let's just let the numbers go up to 200. Mandy Roberts, hello Mandy. Sue, hi Sue. Jill. Amanda, how do you say Rolfson? Big Bad Alan Merritt in the house. Joanne Lennox, beautiful sky, it certainly is. Lovely Jean, I'm having a mouthful of tea, Jean. I'm having a mouthful of tea. Right, we're a couple away now. Jules, how are you? Norma Powell, 2 more, and we're going to hit the big 200. Sue in the house. Oh, it's dropped down. How's that work? 2 people, they've got the ump. It's gone up by 1. I don't. Hiya, Deirdre. Hello, Deirdre. I hear you've been talking to my mate. So good. We'll all have a meet up, Deirdre. So here I am on my Friday. My Friday brew, end of the week. Sad day today. I've now had to say goodbye to my little autistic boy that I've been working with from the beginning of the year. A very, very emotional day, and he had a protest in the school field, a sit down in defiance that he didn't want me to go. I was quite touched by that. But his family want me to stay in touch. Been invited to visit the secondary school to see how he's settling in, and what a tremendously rewarding job, putting something back, using my experience and who I am to help a kid that's got autism, and his parents strongly believe, emphatically believe that it was down to the MMR injection, I certainly am going to miss the kid. I won't name him, but I enjoyed my time at school. It was classed as one of the most deprived schools in the UK, and the mix of kids, unbelievable. Out of every corner of the globe they were from. A lot of non-English speaking kids there, but brilliant. The headmaster, a tremendous guy. So big respect to you. Let's get more guys into teaching. More guys need to be into teaching. They need us in there. They need, ex-coppers, ex-old Bill, whatever. Anyone who can put in a positive male role model. Let's get them in there. Let's start seeing men back into society. They've tried to demasculate the man. They've tried to remove the man from the family. Men, we got to stop abandoning our families, stop leaving our children, and make our community strong again. Because when we make our community strong, these wolves, these paedophilic wolves, cannot attack our children. And it starts at home. It always does. And if we keep that strong, we can keep them away. And again, people know me long enough now to know that I don't attack individuals and all that. I know life goes wrong for some people, and I do know that, and I know there's domestic violence. I know that. I'm not going to go in and out the minutiae of every single argument, you know, but I'm doing a big brief overview. Now let's do a rundown of the week. What's happened? Well, we got to wear face masks very soon. I mean, they're shutting down communication. They've shut down police stations, right? Whereas years ago, someone could go in there, they could speak to a desk sergeant, they could go and get someone to sit down and they could report, you know, child abuse crimes. There's nowhere now to report it. The police unofficially write off 80% of all reported crimes, and I got that from an internal source, right? And we're letting them do it. I've written a letter to the IOPC regarding them telling me I'm not allowed to make any complaint ever. Big respect to my man Brew. And I've written back, and I've actually turned around and made it quite personal, because this man made it personal, saying that I, as a citizen, cannot report police officers that are involved in Satanism. Right? High-ranking police officers who have the governance for cases of Satanism and crimes against children. So how is that not a conflict of interest? How is that not part of being in a cult, which is against the codes of conduct? And every case that these people have looked at needs reviewing, in my opinion, and they've told me to F off. So I've written back to this guy and said, how dare you, who do you think you are? I will be writing to my MP about you. I will be taking this further. Your name's all over this. Get stuffed. So I will be publicising this guy's name. So if others want to write in and vent their spleen, as it were, get about this guy's ineptitude, please feel free. This isn't a campaign of harassment, so therefore I don't want to enter into a conspiracy to harass a public servant. However, this guy is a gatekeeper and preventing this sort of crime being looked at. We've got to start somewhere, and straight away the first hurdle, bang, there we go. We fall at the first hurdle, but we get up again. So hopefully that's what'll happen. Right now, right, so that's that. Pepsi Watson, a Pepsi update, please. The guy's got his own cell now. It looks like it is a huge violation of his human rights. I've got the address now, which I'm going to publicise, of Pepsi Watson's constituent MP. He needs writing to, and he needs writing. We need to write en masse to this guy. So please, can we? I'll draft a letter, post it up there. If someone can look at it and rejig it, bang, and get it out there, and let's get Pepsi out of the nick. He don't deserve to be in there. He shouldn't be in there, and that's that. Right, so Pepsi thanks everyone. Really does thank a couple of individuals, one being Nancy Devereaux, and hiya Martin, for, you know, just continue efforts. Please send Pepsi a card, send him stamps. He's spending his day writing, doing a lot of research and reading, and he can't thank us all enough. He really can't. But he's now got his own cell. But he said, you know, the prison is just one big mental health ward, really. He said, you know, they're all going crazy in there. He said, it's just people with huge mental health problems. And he reckons HMP, the Mount, is worse than Belmarsh. So it's a horrendous place. Absolutely horrendous. We've had a bit of trolling. We've had an attack, a bit of friendly fire. It's not right for me to sort of mention who it is, but someone we've helped has turned against us. But that's the nature of the beast. You deal with trauma, it's going to happen. So I wish this guy luck. I can't be engaging with him again, but I just wish him luck. I don't feel any malice towards the fella, but I think what he's doing is wrong, and he's had to go, and he won't be getting any more assistance from us. But that's just how it is. But you know, it has happened before, and I no doubt it'll happen again. But like I said, it's the nature of the beast when you deal with severe trauma. You know, sometimes the hand that feeds gets a damn good biting, and it just seems to be my hand gets chewed off quite a bit. Right, the other thing is, moving through the week, we started a new incentive, and it was 2 with a brew. So Nikki, and if we all remember Nikki, the former street worker, as we'll term it now, I know, from Soho, as wily as a fox. You know, my word, what a wily girl Nikki is. So we did the interview, Nikki and myself, and I think on YouTube it's pushing well over 120,000 hits. Incredible, absolutely incredible. It's obvious that Nikki has got the X factor when it comes to speaking about these cover-ups. So Nikki has spent years, and I mean years, in solid research, and so she's done what she calls common sense journalism, and she's done a superb job. Anyway, so Nikki come up with this idea of 2 with a brew. We give it a go, and what a tremendous success it's been. So that looks like that will continue and maybe take on a life of its own. And an absolute pleasure working with Nikki. She's a very, very kind, benevolent woman, and you can see when you go around her house that she does a lot of work for the local community, people that are in need. And yeah, I was very, very impressed. So yeah, and the comments coming up, Nikki is brilliant. Yeah, if you just think for a minute, this situation. Nikki is of the same age as myself. Nikki worked the same streets of London as myself, albeit she was that side of the fence, I was this side of the fence, in the same remit, vice. And now, you know, 20 years later, you know, we've teamed up again. You know, well, teamed up, we were opposing sides before, but I think if you just was to look at that, it's very similar to the relationship me and Billy Maloney had. You know, well, I've still got Billy's my good mate, but Billy is just semi-retirement at the moment, but he is to make a comeback, but he needs to take a little rest, which he has done. God bless Billy Maloney. And Pyre Mash Films, let's push them out as much as we can. So I think I'll be doing a little a bit of promoting Sunsea and Satan. Let's get them figures up again. So yeah, so there's Nikki and myself have teamed up, and it's working. It really is working. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to that again. You know, really am looking forward to that. So that was good. And we had Jenny along, and Jenny produced one of her paintings. Jenny was classed as retarded, a div, thicko, whatever, I don't know, dunce, remedial. Jenny is probably one of the most articulate and intelligent individuals I've come across. She is an author, she is an artist, she's a humanitarian, and she's a decent, wholesome individual. She is awesome, Jenny. And Jenny showed this picture, and she's drawing. It's almost in the style of, but when you look at it, it's almost like a screen print of the Hellfire Caves. And she showed me their website, and you can almost see identically what she's drawn in from memory and what is on their official website on the caves. These coloured strata, you know, the geology, you know, when you get the ingress of different minerals and whatnot, giving a different hue and a colour to the rock face. And that's what she's painted, although she's highlighted it and she's enhanced it in her depiction, you know, her artistic depiction of it. But it's pretty smack on. And Jenny also, if you remember yesterday, went on to show all her war wounds, as it were. And these are wounds that, as a young kid, not only were they abusing her in satanic rituals, raping her, and making her eat out of a dog bowl and all sorts, they were putting out cigarettes all over her body. And they found it funny. This little girl had cigarettes. Their scars are there to this day. Just, it's unreal. It's just unreal. Just unreal. And Nikki's shown support. Her and Jenny have teamed up. You know, Jeanette is doing tremendous work. My word. She really is out there. She's teaming up as well. We're getting a lot of corroboration from the podcast. Christine and Brian are absolutely flat out. And can we say a prayer for both Christine and Brian to recharge them? They have been up and down the country helping people with their prayer team. So and Evelina and Dora, you know, please, Brian Knox. Loads of people get in touch with me wanting to connect with Brian because they've had similar experiences. So on every level, this is corroborating and connecting. Every single level. We just can't keep up with it. Can't keep up with it. I'm going to be taking receipt of a van. Thank you, Alison. Thank you so much, Alison. Oh, Gina, Creative Art. Gina is local to me. Gina today has offered me a studio to work in, which is brilliant. Gina, hopefully I will be paying you a visit. I don't know when. It may be over the weekend. I'm not sure, but I will let you know, Gina. Thank you so much for that. What we're after, and Nikki said, you know, it's not after the donations or anything like this, but, you know, please, donations are always handy. But what we're after is one of these stands with these LED lights, because if we continue to do the podcast from this venue in what Nikki classes as the Dirty South, which is South East London, Dirty South, she calls it, you know, it's termed as a Dirty South, and for a good reason as well. I'm after one of them, so if anyone fancies funding one of those, the tripod with these big, real powerful LED illuminating lights to keep us lit up, that'd be great. So I'm on the scrounge for one of them, new, second-hand, don't care. Night vision goggles are in, took receipt of them a couple of days ago, so my little team are going to be testing them out. Information is coming in, and it is coming in at such a rate, and we're getting names, and we're getting the same names, and they are politicians. There is one particular gangster who keeps cropping up time and time again, constantly. Politicians, police officers, doctors, people who fund the Tory party have been mentioned. It's just crazy. You know, keep speaking out. What do we do with these names? Good point. What do we do with these names? Well, first of all, we share them internally so we know where they are. I'll be making a record of them. I'm going to be giving them to someone who's going to get them put away, and in the event of anything happening, these names are there, they're out there. And also, oh right, Linda Calvert. Oh, Linda, can you do me a favour, Linda? It's only because I don't know what I've done with my little green book at the moment. What have I done with my green book? I'm terrible. Can you send me a PM or a text message, Linda? That'd be lovely. Linda's offered with the lights. God bless you, Linda. Well, that's all right. So that's that little problem solved. Right, so the coming week, what have we got? Very tactfully put Paula Brown. I'll check convicted. Right, so coming week, Liverpool. I'm heading up to Liverpool. Hopefully be linking in with Angie and Tinky. If you don't know them, Tinky, Jojo Bell, one of the long-standing anti-child abuse campaigners for the Northwest, and Angie, proper warriors. Good pals with Sue and Big Bad Alan Merritt. So hopefully linking in with Ange and Tink, and then 2 interviews. One with a guy called Billy, who was badly abused in the care homes, and another for a guy called Steve. Both badly abused. Okay, terrible stories. The week after, hopefully going down to the West Country, and there should be one woman who was trafficked by police officers, and another woman who was used in satanic ritual abuse. This is getting fever pitch now. What we're doing is just massively monumental. It's just huge. It's getting so big. It really is getting incredibly big. That at some point the authorities are going to need to either come with us or come against us. There's going to be a choice, and we'll soon find out who they are. We will soon find out who they are. If either of them happens, if they come on, we just want one chief constable, to say, boys, I'm with you. Come and see me. As it happened, as it. And then hopefully in a fortnight's time, 2 with a Brew will be back in the dirty south for a next round. Netflix documentary is picking up momentum constantly. Had some incredible information backing up Darren's story the other day. We're hearing about a member of the royal family, consistently the same one, consistently keeps cropping up, involved in the most heinous of stuff. Again, we've got to be careful what we say, but this information has been given to the police. A lot of this information has already been given to the police, and they've done absolutely F all with it. So who knows? But please keep coming forward with your testimonies. Please be patient with me. I'm actually I absolutely put my head down today, and I lost 2 hours of my life. Bang! That shows how worn out I am. I really am. I'm running it on an empty. But I've been fueled up today because I've been fed curry goat. I've got about 3 days of curry goat to eat. So thank you so much for my chefs who've given me curry goat. Absolutely beautiful. My Caribbean chef, fantastic. So I recommend curry goat to anyone. Beautiful. So that's it. When I go down to Cornwall, hopefully I'll go and see my mate Cornish Dave and a few others, and I'll get in that sea where I should be. But things are getting good. They really are getting good, and it's just crazy how much is corroborating, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So to a point now where I need to keep writing stuff down, and otherwise it goes straight out my brain, straight out my head, because there's just so much coming. So I'm away from my one-to-one teaching assistant job now, and all them people that sit on their computers and troll and attack, I say to them, go and help. Go out there and help. Go out there, like Brian Harvey. Why don't you go out there and give singing lessons to children? Instead of sitting there smoking skunk weed all day, attacking me and Bill Maloney, why don't you use your status and your skills and your voice and go and teach special needs kids to sing? Show the world what a real decent human being you can be. You know? Go out there and give free lessons to kids that really need help. Do you know what? It'll get you out the house and it will be food for your soul. You will feel a better person for it. Trust me. Trust me, you will. You will feel a million times better for doing that. It's good for the soul. Instead of sitting there and just slagging everyone off and threatening people and spouting crap, be a man. Be a proper man and do what a man should do and help children. Go out there and use your skills and your position, you know, and help. It'll be brilliant for you. And they'll get so much from it as well. Why don't you do that? It don't make any sense. It don't make any sense when they do this. And the same with this other guy. We spent a long time helping this fella. And we did. And again, I'm not going to go into too much. But and then just turned against us. And yeah, unbelievable. But it's, you know, I've totally enjoyed my time helping autistic kids. I have absolutely loved every minute of it, and would I do it again in a heartbeat? I would do that again in a heartbeat. I got so much from it, and it's really been good, you know. And the kid liked it as well, you know. And I'm going to keep in touch with this kid because I want to see how he progresses through life. Because what's the point otherwise, you know? Can't turn your back on them. They're not commodities. They're people. They're people. And we owe them. If we know them, we owe them. And that's how it should be. We should take an interest in everyone's lives and not just go home and forget about it. Because that's quite cold. I think that's inhumane. I can't see how people can do that. I used to work with people who say, go home and forget about it. Well, how does that work? You know, it doesn't. You know? Oh, yeah, Paula, I'd love to meet your family. Yeah, Paula's saying, yeah, your boy. Yeah, of course, yeah. It was a real insight into me, and I didn't realise how difficult it is for parents. You know, God bless them. They need as much help as they can, and shame on the government if the government truly knew, which I think they did, how damaged and detrimental these multiple, you know, combined injections were. You know, they should be, well, they should just be hung out. Bring back the Tyburn gallows, the Prospector Whitby gallows, and hang a lot of them for doing that. So, I want to. Oh right, yeah. Someone said their son's 23. That'd be interesting. Please let me know how the kids get on as they get older, the teenage years. I'm interested. You know, that's lovely. Anyway, so anyway, let's have a little a look through. Right, I'm going to spin it round. I'll give you a little rundown of London as we go. We can actually see it getting darker in a minute. It always over this way, like the northeast cluster, the Haringey area. You always get this. You don't really get a nice skyline from there. The East End's a little bit flat because you've got the flats area. You go to Wanstead and that. But when you get over to, it gets interesting. The Isle of Dogs is quite an interesting area, and you get a lot more topography around the south and the west. You do. It's a lot more, a lot vibrant. It's but you always get a beautiful sunset in the west. You always do. It's lovely. The air quality is getting crap again, you know, and it really is. It's getting absolutely shite. And we just say goodbye to the West London. I don't know if there'll be a Brew with a View tomorrow. I'm not too sure. I'll have to play that by ear. And then I'll be in the northwest in Liverpool. So if anyone wishes to meet up for a brew and a butty, give us a shout. We're going to have a party around Angie's house. So I'm going to be in Bootle. I I've got a funny story about Bootle. So there we go, the sun's going down Wembley today. It's going down over Wembley. It's quite far south today. So there we go. But that's from me. Thank you to everyone for your support. Please give the videos just a push to get them all over the place. We are now international. We are global. You know, we have been noticed by the big agencies in America. We're getting a lot of coverage in the States now, cropping up on videos all over the place in America, professionally made videos. They're really sort of using us now, so it's getting there. It really is getting there. Please, victims and survivors, get in touch. And what I will say, if you want to give information, that's good, but my main focus is putting these out there, you know, doing the live podcasts. That's the main focus, getting them out there. That's my primary role. All right, a lot of people are getting in touch and they don't want to speak out. I'm with you on that. I'm not going to force anyone, but it would be good if you would speak out. But yeah, let's get the badges global. They'll be getting distributed. I've got more time on my hands now, and thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone for your kindness, and let's just keep going. We are moving forward. We're getting traction. You know, we're definitely sort of moving uphill now, and we've got to keep going. We've got to keep going, and you know, the government don't give a toss for us. They don't give a toss for our children. There are Satanists high up in our government. There are people that are influencing so much, and that they are gatekeepers of all this child abuse. You know, and if they're not helping us, and if they're not putting it out, they're our enemy. It's as simple as that. There's no fence anymore. We've got to get off the fence. We've got to get out the trenches, and we've got to start fighting now. Enough's enough now. Otherwise there'll be more victims like Jeanette, like that boy little Ben, you know, like them all. Night, Amanda. I'll speak to you a bit later. There'll be more unless we stand up and we do something about this, you know, unless we stand up and we say no more. Okay, so Alan, the package hasn't arrived yet. It hasn't arrived yet. I'll check, see if my Romanian neighbours have taken it in. But if I go in their house to get it, I end up getting pissed. So I'll send my Nathan in there. Bootle, I'm in Bootle, probably Monday or Tuesday. We're going to be visiting some friends of Amanda's up there. Hopefully see Tinky and Ange and Billy and a guy called Steve. So I've been to Bootle before. Not the best of places, but again, so if anyone wants to come and show their support, please come along. Please come along. All right. Good night and God bless. Right, and so Friday Brew is through. All right. Good night to everyone.